The Roman emperor just stripped you of everything. Your wealth, your position, your home, gone in an instant. Most people would crumble. But if you're Seneca, you write some of humanity's most powerful philosophy. This is the story of a man who discovered that true victory has nothing to do with what the world gives or takes away. In our current era of rapid change, where technological disruptions and global shifts challenge our sense of stability daily, Seneca's wisdom offers something invaluable, a path to unshakable inner strength that no external circumstance can touch. Let me share 5 teachings that will transform how you view success, failure, and everything in between. First, understand that fortune is a loan, never a gift. Seneca lived this principle through extreme wealth and devastating loss. As advisor to Emperor Nero, he accumulated vast riches, but he never forgot they could vanish instantly. And they did. When Nero turned against him, Seneca lost everything, including eventually his life. Yet his letters during exile reveal a man at peace, almost grateful for the reminder that he had been borrowing from fate all along. In your own life, this principle is liberating. That promotion you want, the business you're building, the relationship you treasure, approach them with full commitment but light attachment. Work as hard as you can, while remembering that outcomes are ultimately beyond your control. The person who truly grasps this paradox becomes unstoppable, because they're no longer paralyzed by the fear of loss. They can take bold risks, because they understand that everything external is temporary anyway. Second, treat success and failure as equal teachers, not judges. When Seneca's political career soared, he studied his responses to praise and power. When he faced exile and death threats, he examined his reactions to fear and loss, offered lessons about his character and areas for growth. He famously wrote that setbacks reveal our true nature more clearly than triumphs ever could. Modern life constantly presents these teaching moments. The project that fails spectacularly teaches you about preparation, resilience, and humility. The unexpected success reveals how you handle praise, whether you remain grounded or let ego inflate. The key is approaching both with curiosity rather than emotional attachment. When you succeed, ask yourself, how can this strengthen my character? What responsibilities does this create? When you fail, inquire, what did this reveal about my weaknesses? How can I grow from this experience? This mindset transforms every outcome into valuable data rather than a verdict on your worth. Third, pursue excellence for its own sake, not for applause. Seneca distinguished between true goods, wisdom, virtue, character, and preferred indifference, wealth, fame, external recognition. He pursued political success and literary achievement, but his primary motivation was becoming a better person, not impressing others. This distinction matters enormously in our age of social media metrics and external validation. When your motivation is internal improvement rather than external approval, you become immune to the emotional roller coaster of other people's opinions. You can pursue ambitious goals without your self-worth depending on achieving them. The work itself becomes the reward. The person training for a marathon because they love the discipline and growth experiences joy regardless of their finishing time. The entrepreneur building a company to solve problems finds satisfaction in the daily work, whether the business ultimately succeeds or fails. This doesn't mean outcomes don't matter. It means your happiness and self-respect don't depend on them. Fourth, remember that obstacles reveal strength you didn't know you possessed. Seneca faced exile, political persecution, and eventually forced suicide, yet he maintained philosophical calm throughout. Each challenge became an opportunity to practice Stoic principles under pressure. He discovered reserves of courage, wisdom, and grace that comfortable times never would have revealed. In our era, where individuals demonstrate remarkable resilience while adapting to rapid technological and social changes, we see this same principle at work. The person who loses their job and discovers entrepreneurial skills they never knew they had. The individual facing health challenges who develops depths of courage and compassion previously untapped. The parent navigating difficult circumstances who finds strength they never imagined possessing. These revelations only come through difficulty. Comfort teaches us nothing about our capabilities. When you encounter obstacles, instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" try asking, "What is this teaching me about my character? What strengths is this developing?" The reframe transforms suffering into education and victimhood into empowerment. Fifth, measure wealth by your contentment, not your possessions. Seneca experienced both extreme wealth and poverty, and through both states, he learned that happiness had nothing to do with external circumstances. He wrote that the person who is content with little is truly rich, while someone who constantly craves more is perpetually poor, regardless of their bank account. This teaching is particularly relevant as we witness people finding creative ways to build meaningful lives amid economic uncertainty and change. True wealth means having enough for your genuine needs, plus the security of knowing you could be happy with less. It means pursuing financial goals without your peace of mind depending on reaching them. Appreciating what you have while working toward what you want. The practical application is simple. Regularly practice voluntary discomfort. Skip meals occasionally. Sleep on the floor sometimes. Take cold showers. Use public transportation instead of your car. These exercises build confidence that you could handle loss if it came, which removes the fear that keeps you trapped in unsatisfying situations. When you know you can be happy with less, you're free to take risks and make choices based on your values rather than your fears. These 5 principles form the foundation of inner victory, the kind that no external circumstance can touch. Success becomes a tool for growth rather than validation. Failure becomes education rather than devastation. You pursue your goals with full intensity while maintaining the inner peace that comes from knowing your worth doesn't depend on achieving them. This is the path Seneca walked through wealth and poverty, power and exile, life and death. It's the same path available to you today, in whatever circumstances you face. The strongest people in our time demonstrate these same qualities. They adapt to change while maintaining their core principles. They persist through setbacks while learning from them. They achieve success while remaining humble and grounded. They understand that true victory comes from within, and external outcomes are simply the raw material for building character. This is not about becoming passive or giving up ambition. This is about becoming truly powerful. Powerful enough that no external force can disturb your inner peace. No success can corrupt your character, and no failure can break your spirit. If this moved you, comment "The Citadel holds" below. It is our sign that you carry the philosophy with you. Subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.